Thank you for joining us again on our weekly program. This is Bernard Kibina, and you're watching Thailand Legal Podcast, a weekly discussion on life in law in Thailand, brought to you by Siam Legal International. Many foreign nationals are wondering as to how they could possibly retire in Thailand. What are the qualifications, the required documents to submit, and where to start the application? Folks, if you're one of them and you desire to retire in Thailand, but you don't have the idea as to how to process it, let me introduce to you one of Siam Legal's Thailand visa specialists and the most knowledgeable with regard to Thailand immigration I know. Let us welcome Mr. Rex Bay.
Hello, good day.
How you doing today, Rex?
I'm doing great, and thank you for having me here this time.
We're glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Rex, just like what I said, there are many foreign nationals who want to retire in Thailand, but they're wondering who can apply for this type of visa. So can you help us learn more about the Thailand retirement visa? What is it?
Okay. Well, firstly, let me introduce what is the retirement visa. The retirement visa is a long-term visa that is available for foreigners who wish to retire in Thailand. When you want to retire, it is when you want to live in Thailand more permanently. It doesn't have to be that the foreigner has to be a retired person or a person who is currently working in their home countries. So this retirement visa is good for them. And we have to make sure also that there are two ways where you can get a retirement visa. Firstly is to obtain a non-immigrant category OA visa, which is also a long stay visa. This visa is the direct application of a retirement visa from the Thai embassy or the Thai consulate. The process for that visa is quite, I would say, time-consuming and difficult. That is why with Siam Legal, we do obtain the retirement visa on the second or on the other way, and that would be the retirement visa, which is what we also call a 1-year extension based on retirement. And this is, I would say, the most popular retirement visa that foreigners have in Thailand. Mm-hmm. So basically, this retirement visa that we are talking about is the retirement visa that Siam Legal offers in one of our services. So this retirement visa is available for the foreigners who wish to retire in Thailand and who have met the age requirements, the financial requirements, and also they must be able to, or they must have a history of traveling to Thailand. So that means that they should not have any criminal record that would not allow them to live or retire in Thailand.
Oh, okay. So those lies within the qualification of those people who really can apply for a Thai retirement visa.
Yes, that's correct. So basically, you need to meet the age requirement, which mm-hmm. is having being 50 years old mm-hmm. or above. So and the other requirement is the financial requirement. These are like the two main requirements, the age requirement and the financial requirement. So the financial requirement can be met in 3 different ways.
Oh, 3 different ways.
So yeah, the first, and I would say the easiest, would be having the savings in a Thai bank. It has to be a Thai bank. You cannot use your bank in your home country. So it has to be a Thai bank, and you must deposit 800,000 into this Thai bank, and this must be transferred from abroad. Okay? Right. The second way where the foreigner can obtain or can meet the requirement for a retirement visa is the monthly income. When we say income, it could be their pension, it could be their salary from if they are currently working abroad, or it could be from their private or government pensions. And the third is that if the foreigner is struggling with the financial requirements that I mentioned for the first and the second one, mm-hmm. they can combine the two.
Okay, so they can combine the monthly income and
income and the bank accounts
bank
or
account.
savings in a Thai bank. So they can combine their annual income, so that means their monthly income multiplied by 12 plus whatever savings they have in a Thai bank, and the total of these two should be 800,000 baht.
Mm-hmm.
So
Excellent.
any of these three, if you can meet any of these three financial requirements, then you can qualify for the retirement visa. And also, when I said that these are the requirements for the retirement visa, I was mentioning earlier that it is like the extension of stay based
Yeah.
on retirement. So meaning that the process that involves for this, I know you will be asking me about the process, but
Yeah, for sure.
so yeah, I think we can, if you want to go directly
Yeah,
to that.
can you give us some heads up regarding the initial process of this type of visa?
Okay, well, for this particular retirement visa, normally the first step of the process will start from their home country or in the country of their residence. So that means if you are from the US, the application will be started in the US. So the initial application will start from your home country, where you will apply for the initial 90-day non-immigrant Category O visa. And please know that each embassy or each consulate, when you apply for the 90-day visa for the reason of retirement in Thailand, they may have certain requirements in each embassy. But the main requirement would be same, the age requirement and the financial requirement. The embassies will require that.
Oh, yeah?
Once they have this non-immigrant visa, they can travel to Thailand, and then when they are in Thailand, they can prepare for the financial requirement that they will be going to meet.
I see. Yeah.
So either if they have to open a bank account, or either they wanted to verify their income from the embassy. So because if they will be, so that means they will come to Thailand and apply for the 1-year extension. So the 1-year extension in Thailand will only take a day. And that extension can be done only on the last 30 days of their particular 90-day visa.
Yeah, can I catch you for a second? And then you mentioned about the monthly income, right? How can the applicant show, and what proof can the applicant show to prove that he's earning like 65,000 baht, or he's receiving a pension with that amount?
Okay, for if the applicant has decided to use the monthly income option, the immigration office in Bangkok or in Thailand would require an affidavit, an income affidavit from the embassy of this particular foreigner. So this affidavit will state the monthly income of the person, and the embassy will require proof of this income. So basically, and also the immigration office will require any proof of this income, such as bank statements if they are receiving their income into their account, let's say in their home countries, or a letter from the pension provider, for example, stating how much they earn per month. So these are like the supporting documents for the income, and then the main requirement is the affidavit from the embassy.
Oh, so they need to get the affidavit from the
Yes.
embassy. Now, you mentioned earlier about the applicant who would initially apply for the 90-day visa
That's
in
correct.
his
their
home country. So basically, I can apply for the Thai retirement visa in my own country while I'm still currently staying there.
Yes, you can apply for the initial
That's the initial 90 day.
visa, and then this 90-day visa will be converted into 1 year once you are in Thailand, and if you meet the financial requirement.
Can they do the same when, let's say, for example, the applicant preferred to come here first and then apply for the Thai retirement visa here?
Okay. Sometimes there are foreigners who are not really ready. I mean, how to say, they come to Thailand as tourists.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like the country. and then they would decide to retire in Thailand.
Exactly.
Yes, there are instances where the person can apply for the 90-day visa in Bangkok.
In Bangkok.
Only
Okay.
in Bangkok, and then apply for the 1-year extension at the local immigration office where this foreigner is residing.
Oh, that's cool. So would this type of visa exempt me from doing the 90-day reporting, or do I still need to do
Okay.
it?
Since this retirement visa is an extension of stay, it means that they were given a permit to stay valid for 1 year. And every person in Thailand who stays longer than 90 days must, regardless of visa that you hold, must report to the immigration office.
Oh, okay.
So that means that if you have a retirement visa, you need to report your current address to the local immigration office. An exemption for this are the foreigners who have left the country and they are not in Thailand when the reporting is due, then they do not need to report. So if you are out of the country while you have to the date of your reporting, you don't need to worry, you don't need to report. You will report 90 days after when you return to Thailand.
Yeah, I was about to ask that actually, but you already mentioned it. So I guess I want to ask, do I have to appear to the, let's say, immigration office personally, or can I just send my messenger to do it for me?
Okay. Is it for the visa extension or
It's for
is
the
it for
90-day
the
reporting,
reporting?
sorry.
Okay. Well, if you apply for the retirement visa extension or the 1-year retirement visa, you have to appear in person. But for the 90-day reporting, you can do it in 4 different ways. You can do your reporting through, by yourself. You have to present yourself to the immigration office, and you just have to fill out the 90-day reporting form. Another way to report is you can ask someone or an agent to report, to do the reporting. The third is you can do it by mail. So, for example, in Bangkok immigration, they accept the reporting as long as you send it around 2 weeks before the due date.
All right.
And then the fourth is they are starting to introduce the 90-day reporting online. But I am not sure if it is currently working, but that is something to look forward to.
Nice, that would be great if they
Yes,
can do it.
especially sometimes people are, they wanted to avoid the long queues at the immigration.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can do it by post or by internet, then that would be great.
Wow, that makes a lot easier.
Yes, that makes a lot of it.
Okay, so
easier.
how about the applicants or the visa holder wants to go out or travel outside Thailand, maybe every once in a while? So, do they need to apply for any entry permit?
Yes, they need to obtain a re-entry permit because when you enter the country on the initial visa, it is a 90-day single entry visa. And then you extend it to 1 year and made it like a retirement visa. So that extension is still considered single entry. So if you go out of the country, the visa will be invalid. So to keep that visa valid, you need to obtain a re-entry permit. So you have 2 choices also with the re-entry permit. You can obtain a single re-entry permit, which you can do that every time you have a trip abroad.
Right.
And the second is the multiple re-entry permit, which you can obtain at any point, and this gives you multiple entries within the validity of your 1-year extension.
Okay, so there's one more question that I bet you receive it a lot about the importation of the personal effects and household goods. Is it free from any duties or taxes?
Okay. A few years ago, it has been one of the reasons why this retirement visa has become popular.
Yeah.
But if you check the Ministry of Customs or the Department of Customs, retirement visa holders are not one of the foreigners who can import household goods and personal effects tax-free. So to answer your question, yes, they have to pay taxes or duties for the importation.
All right, great. So how early could the visa holder renew his retirement visa? And what are the requirements?
Okay. To renew a retirement visa, the earliest possible time that you can renew it is 45 days.
45 days. Oh.
Before the extension or the expiry of the extension. And the latest you can renew it is on the date of extension, but you don't want to wait until the end date. You want to renew your visa as early as possible so that if there will be any problems that may arise, then you are able to fix it. And what are the requirements to renew the retirement visa? So normally, to renew the retirement visa, you just need to meet the same requirements you have submitted on the first application. The only difference is that if you will use the savings in your Thai bank account to get a retirement visa, on the renewal, the money or the 800,000 baht has to be in your account for at least 3 months at the time of the renewal.
All right. So thank you, Mr. Bay, for sharing us this valuable information.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for having me again.
Well, we always want you to come back here, so
I would love that.
This won't be your last.
Yes.
And friends, I hope this session has given you enlightenment as to how to process your future Thai retirement visa. So if you have any questions or you want us to discuss specific topics, you are free to send us an email at tlp@siam-legal.com. Have a great day.